Hello everyone, welcome to another class, and in this class we're going to be talking about numbers, strings, Boolean, null, undefined, arrays, objects, and regex as data types in JavaScript. Basically, that there are two main classes of data types in JavaScript. They are the primitive and non-primitive data types. The first set, number, string, Boolean, null, and undefined, they are the primitive data types, whereas array, objects, and regular expressions are non-primitive data types. So let's get started. We'll start with numbers. Remember we talked about variables in our previous class, and we said that variables enables us to impute data and manipulate them. So all these data types would all in each case be saved into variables. Starting from numbers are integers. Let's declare a variable, let num equals 4. So this is a number, Ctrl S. So if we console.log num, console Ctrl S. Let's refresh the page. Okay, we have 4 here. Okay, sorry for seems the browser was a bit slow. So next we'll continue with strings. We declare strings using apostrophe. So let's declare a string data type. Let's call it letter equals 4. Okay, 4. And let's console.log it. Okay, let's see. We didn't put our apostrophe sign, so we have it 4 here. So it's important to note that for you to write strings, we have to put our strings inside the apostrophe. You saw that when we failed to put our apostrophe while consoling, it gave us an error. So we can also use double apostrophe, and it will still give us 4. So we can declare strings using either single or double apostrophe. Another method or way of declaring string is using backticks. For example, let's copy this, Ctrl C. Let's get down here, Ctrl V. But this time around, let's change the name. Let's call it letter. Let's make it plural, letters, and would impute a backtick. We have $sign and semicolon. For back. So in this third case, initially we created a string using single apostrophe, then we changed to double apostrophe, and now we are using backticks. You can see the opening backtick, and I have to put a close backtick. Ctrl S. Now we use the backticks to create strings where we can impute other variables inside the string. Now we are imputing the variable letter, which holds 4, which is the container for holding string 4, into this variable letters that has the string we have bags. So let's see how it turns up in our browser. Let's save, Ctrl S, and let's save this HTML page, and let's open. So oh, we didn't log let's console.log letters. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let's log the variable letters to see the. So we put it in a string, so it's logging it as just letters. It's not logging it as this variable. So let's save again and see the effect. Now we have 4 bags. So now after removing the string, it's logging the variable letters. So those are the 3 ways we can declare strings. Apart from strings, we also have the Boolean. Boolean are just true or false statements. For example, we could save another variable as boys, to save it as true, and if we console.log, console.log boys is going to give us true, because boys is a Boolean. So let's see, true. So Boolean either takes true or false values. So we also have null. Null simply means there is nothing in the variables. Null simply means nothing. And undefined variables are ones without a value. For example, if we remove, let's delete equals true here and save, it becomes undefined because the variable has no value in it. So we've talked about numbers, we've talked about string, we talked about Boolean, null, and undefined variable. Next we have the non-primitive data type. The number, string, Boolean, null, and undefined data types are known as primitive data types. We have non-primitive data types, which include arrays, objects, and regular expression. So arrays, let's create an array. Arrays are simply data which are contained in a square bracket and saved to a variable. So let's say create a variable, my array equals square brackets, let's say okay, let's see, A, B, C, and let's save numbers 4, 7, 9. Okay. Let's save. So let's console.log array, my array. Let's see what it gives us on the browser. You can see it gives us the display of the contents of our array. So this is an example of an array. We are going to go deeper into arrays, and there we'll discuss loops and arrays. We have a method for going through the contents of an array. It's called looping. We'll discuss further about that in our next class. So next, let's talk about objects. An object is a data type that contains properties and value. Each property has a value. For example, and they are also saved into variables. For example, let's create an object, a simple object. Let my object equals, we create objects inside curly brackets. Okay, so we'll go age 50, name, innocent, occupation, programmer, oh, I made a mistake. We're still writing a code, so I shouldn't have used the semicolon there. So this is an example of an object. So we can see that our object contains property and value of the property 50. We have three properties, age, name, and occupation. We could also impute an object as a property of this object. So let's create another object inside this object, and we'll call it business. Let's call it, and we'll create curly brackets. Okay, we have brainy. We'll call brainy let's call it a tech company. Max car production. Okay, so I created an object inside another object. The object called business, to list some of the business I do. Brainy, which is a tech company. Promax, car production. Drill. Okay, so let's save. Now let's console.log. Let's console.log my object. Console.log my dot age. Yes. So let's see what's 50. It gave us 50. So let's console.log my object.business. S to see if it's going to display the nested object. So it displayed all the business, which is a nested object, an object inside another object. Brainy, tech company, Promax, car production, drill, textiles. So we could also put functions within an object. For example, let's create a function inside this object. Let my phone equals so in putting our function, I think I made a mistake here. Would colon my phone colon put a brackets and curly brackets. So we'll make this console.log string hello. So we'll save. So we'll console.log my object.business, which will log the property of the property of the my object, which is another object. So it's a nested object. It's going to log business. So we are going to console.log Control C. Control V. We are console.log my function. So put it here. Control V. So we are logging my object.my function. Let's see how it goes here. So it logged in our function console.log hello. Okay, so that's for objects. So next, let's talk about regular expression. Regular expressions are used to search through a text for particular maybe words or string. So we'll create a text. The boys are going to play today, and put it in a variable text. And let's create a regex, a variable. Let's create a regex and save in a variable. So let's create the variable first. Reg p equals, we'll do text dot search. This is a method that is going to search for our expression. So what are we going to be searching for? Boy boy. Okay, let's search for boy, and we'll do console dot log rec p rec p Ctrl S. So we created a text in a string and put it in a variable called text. Then we created a regular expression here, boy. We use the regular expression format to search for boy in this text. So we did that with the method search. The method searches for the string boy in the variable text and it saves whatever it gets in the variable recp. So we console.log recp. So let's save. It gives us 5. This is the index of the first letter. It gives us back the index of the first letter. Boy, it's in the first letter B is in index 5. So it returns 5. And that's all for for this class. Thank you.